It is uneven, but it is officially complete. I'll actually just keep it uneven. Hello everybody, my name is buzzycombs, and welcome to another episode of the Lotus SMP. Today, my biggest goal is to make a shop for my new tree farm over in this corner, and I have done a little bit of brainstorming off camera, and I think I have decided that I do not actually want this to become the oasis. Rather, I would like to cover this up at some point and have the oasis be situated more in this direction instead. So Timmy and his girlfriend will have to be moved at some point. And speaking of Timmy's girlfriend, we have finally decided on a name for her. Thanks to everybody for voting in the comments in the last video. Her name is now Timothea. So before I do anything today, I would like to go on ahead, grab a name tag, and get her name situated. Alright, so our name tags are right here. And now... oh, I fell on that lantern somehow. So now it is time for Timothea to be named. So, how am I going to do this, actually? Oh dear. Can I smack the boat without hurting her? Yes, I can. But it's going to be a little bit of a trouble to get her back in, but I'll worry about that when the time comes. But for now, Timothea is named, and now to struggle getting her back inside the boat. I think the only solution I have is to use Timothy's little seaweed corpse over there to lure her back in her boat, which is honestly pretty morbid, but I'm sorry, Timothy. It must be done. We must save Timothea. Gosh. This is quite the naming spectrum, if I do say so myself. Come on, Timothea. Into the boat you go. Let's go over here towards the shore a bit more, so it's a little bit easier to ease you in. Come on. What are you doing? Yes, that's right. Come this way. You want the seaweed. Yes, you do. And there we go. She is back in the boat. And now I situate her next to Timmy, and I bring Timothy back to his gravesite. Which, due to the fact that I am going to be transforming this into a little shopping district, I will probably have to move his grave to a spot that will be less likely to be trampled on. So I will get to that when the time comes. But for now, I need to figure out what to do for the shop I want. So my goal is to have this little lovely district called Buzzy's Odds and Ends, as my plan is to sell a bunch of little convenience items that people don't really think about until they need them, such as torches, certain wood types that nobody sells, and other little things like name tags. But we'll get to that once it happens, because for now we just have the trees. So, why do I hear a zombie? Is he under my base, or is he behind my base? Because I do believe there is a little cave under my house, courtesy of Pineapple. So, I wonder... oh, he's totally in there, I think. How do I... or is he in the little, my little moss gathering? No, there's no way he's in my little moss gathering structure. So if I dig over here... where is he? Where are you? Little rascal. Oh! Well, he's certainly not in my little moss gathering pit, but where could he be? That is so weird. I don't think I'm going to be finding him, so I'm just going to go on ahead and continue with what I plan on doing today. Am I able to get out from here? Or... ow. Maybe? Not quite. I have to do this. There we go. I am out. That zombie is just going to remain as a mystery. But what I'm going to do right now is gather up a couple of materials. Oh my gosh, wait a second. Is he... he's behind my staircase! Why, hello there! Well, that's interesting. I guess we have a torch there now, because I don't want that happening anymore. Man, I can't believe that was a thing. Okay, well, the zombie threat has been eliminated, and it is now time for me to gather up some resources and try to figure out what to do with this build that I would like to work on. Okay, so I have a variety of little materials, and what I would like to do is build a little bit of a pillar to walk through, just something to indicate the transition between the typical normal area of the rest of my space and then the transition into the little shopping district. So, I would like to do that out of some sandstone walls. I think I'm going to use cherry just to complement the theme I have going on everywhere. And I think it'll be a very similar archway to those over there. So, I will grab this crafting table and bring it over here since I am going to be building over here and just utilize it as needed. And also, I'm noticing that I'm going to have to do something about this right here. Ah, and I have a raid party. Hello, friends. You seem friendly. You seem awesome. But as I was saying, I'm probably going to have to work on some terraforming very soon. That way I can get this terrain working together with what I am planning and just make it all look nice and dandy. So right here, I'll pile up and just slap on these lovely little slabs. And for the time being, this will be the extent of it. I'll probably make it look significantly nicer in the future, but I don't want to focus on that right now. I mostly want to put my attention into formatting this area into something that is worthy of being a shop. So unfortunately, I am going to have to move Timothy's grave. So I do believe I will actually squeeze it up here for the time being as just a little notice to myself to put it into a better location eventually. Alright, so Timothy's grave has been moved, and now it is time for me to fill this in and get the terrain a bit flatter so I can build my shop here. Alrighty, so I have cleared it out, and what I am picturing is the pathway coming through and then rounding off into a nice little round area, or I don't know what to call it, like a little square, I suppose, a little town square of sort. And then all around it is going to be various shops. However, the problem is that we do have this right here, which is obstructing my building, but I don't want to get rid of that quite yet. That is going to be a future endeavor, but for now, I will need to figure out just how big and just the shape this is going to get and how much space I'm going to need for the first shop. So I do think this right here should suffice. I would like it to be right behind Dan's house, and I think this is the perfect positioning for it currently. And I would like to light it up a little bit before it turns fully nighttime and before I pass through the night and get on to day again, which it would seem that the time to do so is now. And with daytime now here, I think I'm going to start working on the little building. I generally have no idea what I want it to look like, so I think I might have it be as like a little market stand. Nothing too big nor too small. I'd like it to be kind of like an open entrance, not closed off entirely, but roomed for you to look at it and see, oh yeah, there's wood right there. And I think I would like to use some sandstone. Actually, before I move on to this, I would like to gather a little bit of the wood over here, just so I can have the materials to actually set up like the baseline and like have a little wood pile and whatnot, because I'm only going to be selling dark oak and acacia. There is no more that is going to be sold there. That is just that. So real quick, I will hop into a time lapse and get rid of these trees. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I have garnered quite the collection of wood. I'm going to use some of this acacia and dark oak to make some wood piles in front of the shop that I will be establishing, and I will work out the rest from there. So I'll get started with this little pile of wood right here, and what I would like to do is have maybe some, I don't know, it feels... You know what? Instead of having a pile of wood, I'll just have a single log on the ground just to show, hey, look, got some acacia, and then we've got some dark oak as well. But I actually need to move this forward some because there is now no space for the shop to go. So 1, 2 right there, and another 1, 2 right there. Perfect. So these are the 2 chunks of wood that show the shop off, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe I could actually use an acacia roof for it instead of cherry wood. Or maybe I could use a sandstone wall for a little pillar, right? So if I do something like this, and then I have the birch walls right there. Then I have a little wall right here, and then I turn the floor into dark oak. I'll give it a nice top layer of the dark oak. That way it just pops a little bit. Ooh, a lot of it, I mean. And maybe I could have mud bricks in between, give it a little bit of a checkered pattern. I think that looks pretty. And then I will craft these planks into slabs. I actually lift this by 1 block, so sandstone goes a little bit taller. That way we have some breathing room under here. There we go. And real quick, I will sleep. And now for the rest of the shop to be built up. And I'll also bring out the floor a little bit more, just a hair further, just to really emphasize that transition from the exterior to the interior. And actually, I do think I might have this be back down to where it was. That way I can just make it feel a bit more expansive as it goes in. And I will bring in the roof all the way. I'll give it a couple of sides, 2 sides to be exact, to make it even that much more interesting. And also to grant any buyers more direct access from all angles. Or from most angles, not quite all. And so this looks a little bit too flat. I need to figure out a way to make this look a bit more interesting, and I don't know, it just doesn't speak to me right now. What if I do something like this, where I have the little surface start like right here? Maybe? I don't know. Building is hard. I think making this like a little tower up here might work. Let me just experiment a little bit. I need some like slabs or something to help out a bit. All right, so I think I have finished the roof and it looks nice, I think. It's nice and quaint and cute. And that is the conclusion of this build. Mostly, I actually do think I could probably do a little something. Hold on, let me grab that. Maybe bring this around just a little bit. Oh, and I'm out of slabs again. Dang it. Hold on one moment. Let me just bring this over here a little itty bit. And I think once I wrap this around, that will suffice. And here we are. It is uneven, but it is officially complete. I'll actually just keep it uneven. Even though it does slightly bother me, it doesn't bother me to the point where I despise it. So this right here is my shop. This will be where I sell all of my wood, and I think it is quite cozy. It's nothing impressive, and it could definitely be improved on, but I am a rather inexperienced builder, and I'm using this as a grand opportunity to learn. But of course, as you can see right now, I am texturing it a little bit to add a little bit more interest to the build. So with this concluded, it is night time for me to get a chest inside, or 2 chests more like it. I'll have one right here and another right there. Nice and cornered and cozy and all of that lovely fun stuff. And I will also have a little bit of a roof right here. That way we don't have to worry about the upper floor. And then I will put in my first little bit of stock, which it's not going to be open for sale just yet. I will save that for a future point in time, but I do have enough to stock it. Although I am noticing a severe lack of acacia, so I'll definitely have to work on that. Dark oak is doing pretty good, but my acacia is not. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to get rid of this right here because I don't think I need it quite yet. I can work on that later, maybe bring it in a little bit further this way and have it established rather nicely. But right now it just doesn't add anything to the area. So I'm going to put in a little bit of dark oak and a little bit of acacia. And the final touch I'm going to do is grab a bit of a light source so I can keep this mob proofed and safe for all visitors. And I will actually take a little frog light because why not? I will have the frog light situated right underneath the chests just to make them pop a bit more. And voila! My shop is now complete. There's certainly room for improvement, so if there is anything you can think of for me to make this look better, definitely let me know in the comments down below because I'm always on the search for feedback. And so with my shop now actually in existence... Oh my gosh, wait, I just had a fun little idea. Ooh, okay. Before I do what I want to do, I'm going to get some stairs of smooth sandstone and plain old sandstone. I'm going to drop this button that I do not need. I'm going to climb up here, and I will have a window up here. And I know how I'm going to do it. And how I'm going to do it is place a little stair right there, another stair right there, and voila! We have a window. And of course, I'm going to do this on the other side. This is frankly awesome. I can't believe I didn't think of this previously, but this... Oh, look at that. Now I have windows on all sides and it's not goofy looking. How delightful. All right, side mission complete. I am now going to utilize this opportunity to actually start stocking my shops. And I do have pricing for it. It will be 1 diamond per stack. So I have the little item frames there. And we have some mob spawning, even though I just slept. So I will sleep away this supposed thunderstorm. But now that I have slept away the storm, I'm going to actually prepare the stock for the shop by mining down a bunch of the trees over here. So... I guess I will see you all once this is done. Alrighty, so I am finally done. Wow, that was weird. I just slid on the ground. But anyways, I am finally done gathering all the materials I need to supply my shop. I have learned, however, that acacia wood is an absolute pain to gather. And I understand why nobody's selling it, but I'm stubborn and I'm doing it anyways. So my shop is officially open. I'm selling 1 stack of wood for 1 diamond each, and I think that is a pretty good price. Although I did want to get a little bit more done in today's episode, I unfortunately will be wrapping up this episode here because it took a lot longer than I expected to gather all of that acacia wood, so this is where things will have to end. So if you guys do want to see more content on the Lotus SMP, be sure to check out all of the other channels in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, comment your feedback, and I guess I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye!